You're listening to a hockey podcast where we talk about ice hockey and stuff. Yeah.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to This is a Hockey Podcast. This is episode 3. My name is Chanel.
I'm Molly.
I'm Jeremy.
And we have some fun news today. I mean, this whole week was very news heavy, yeah?
Lots of NHL stuff happened on the ice, off the ice, everyone's ice.
We're very giggly today, guys.
Ooh.
Well,
It's
before
the
we
coffee.
actually get into that, how was your weekend? Both of you.
I worked. So great.
Wow, thrilling.
I know. It snowed. That's
right. You had beautiful
Us.
pictures.
I'm so excited that there's actually... Oh, the snow's all gone now. It rained last night and it's all gone.
Oh.
But I did get some good pictures. I feel like I'm back in Canada for one day. But now it's all gone.
Beautiful. I loved your pictures.
Thank you. How about you, Jeremy? Yeah?
It was all icy for me, so lack of snow, but it all iced over on Friday evening, so I was just dealing with that all weekend. Then I was pretty much working as well. Did some new animations for my stream, so I do all the alerts and stuff. So did those. Apart from that, just kept warm with my cat inside, and it was all cozy.
Rating on our ownsomes. Woo! How about you, Chanel?
Well, the week was fun. A lot happened for me there, especially in the hockey world, right? Like,
Yeah.
Tara Sloan follows me, guys. I would normally not brag about this stuff, but Tara Sloan is like one of my idols, so I'm very excited. And I ended up on the Jumbotron. Woohoo!
Dang.
I'm in
So
Spetsa's
exciting.
blueprint video.
Toronto famous.
I know, everyone's like, please send me an autograph. I'm like, get in line.
Pretty sure I have your autograph somewhere. So
you must. You at least have
I must
photos
do.
too. So
might be on my work contract, so you never know.
Contract's worth more than the actual work now.
Oh, probably.
Well, now that we settled in quite nicely, we're just going to jump into the news since there's so much, right?
Yeah, we need like a news, like da da da
yes,
thing.
like a sound.
Bum bum bum.
This is the news.
Jeremy will be working on that.
Yes, I will.
Let's give him more work.
Looking side-eye right now.
Okay, let's get into it. Okay, first news. We've got, well, actually just 4 games into his season with the Columbus Blue Jackets. Patrick Laine found himself benched for the final, 30, I think it was 26 minutes last Monday. 26 minutes. This, of course, had people completely mystified. Who in their right minds would bench a superstar like Patrick Laine? And obviously the media tried to coax Torts into revealing his reasoning behind the unexpected move, but he would not budge. But, I mean, we know how this ends up, right? It did get out.
Yeah.
And the reasoning was not fun. Laine was benched because he mouthed off to an assistant coach.
Oh my god, no!
What a mouthy boy. All right, guys, are you on Tort's side or are you on Laine's side?
Well, I don't know enough to pick a side, but I'm naturally going on Laine's side because Tortilla, that man, I do not trust him one bit. So there you go.
Again, I need to know what was said. I need to know if there was hands, were there gloves? Like, I need to know the deets, not because I'm a nosy bitch, but also because I'm a nosy bitch. But again, I don't know too much about the altercation. But Tortoise, as we're going to call him, he's done the same kind of stuff in the past before with the whole benching stuff. So is he a good guy? Je ne sais pas.
Well, Torts is a stressy and aggressive coach, right? He uses his voice, and he is not afraid to bench everyone and their mother.
True.
But guys, Believe it or not, this is his calmer and more relaxed version of himself.
Explain.
I'd hate to see him when he's got the wrong coffee order. If that's his calm
Come
side.
on, you can't tell me that you don't like him in the news when he talks about the refs and gets fined.
Oh, what's his first name? Karen?
Karen.
Oh my god.
Karen Tortellini?
Okay, all right. I will say this, even though we don't know, I will say that Torts is very consistent. He's never been like abusive. Like he doesn't call people out personally. Like there's never any personal attacks. He just yells, which is not like.
No, he's just abrasive, isn't he?
He's abrasive. Yeah. He's a Brillo pad, that's for sure.
A Brillo pad coach.
I'll tell you this though, if anyone is benched, Tortellini is about consistency. So if one player is benched, the other is going to be benched. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter.
Well, he came out with a quote afterwards, and I am quoting now saying, I think it's part of a process of understanding our team concepts, how we do things here, the discipline of being a pro, all that stuff comes into play, end quote. I'm just like, bro, he's a pro. How old is he? 20-something? I don't think you need to treat him like he's 5.
Well, he doesn't have to mouth off, though.
Just,
you know what? He didn't say anything afterwards, and on the bench, he looked like, oops, I messed up.
And he did apologize, didn't he? Liney apologized for his behavior. He said that he did something that was wrong. So maybe he was in the wrong. Maybe he was being a bit of a diva. You know, he got too big in.
But to miss over 26 minutes of ice time, I'm just like, mate, you just gave up to Boy and the other players and assets, and I'm like,
So that's the part I agree with you on. Like, give him another chance. Maybe bench him for the period, but then bring him back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because it was like halfway through the second and the whole third. I'm like, that's a bit much, guys.
It is too much. I agree with you there.
100%.
I mean, after it happened, Laine posted 1 goal, 1 assist, and 1 fight.
Ooh, showing some character on ice.
Gloves.
But he's been doing well since he's come to Columbus, hasn't he? Because he's like a goal a game before this or something.
He's got 5 points in 6 games, so that's a great start with the new club.
Yeah.
Good start. Especially new clubs and everything. We don't know how well people, slide on in there. Wow, exactly. That sounded dirty.
That's how we do it on this podcast.
They just slide on in there. Do they function well as a team? Do they have that cohesion, that glue? We don't know.
And how good is that team concept if you're constantly bouncing the first round of the playoffs? I mean, come on now.
That's the thing. It's just like the Leafs, really. We cannot get past that damn first round. Same with Columbus.
It's been an interesting time in Columbus in general, though, hasn't it? Because you get Max Domi from Montreal, and then Dubois gets in the dust up as well because he got benched as well before he got traded.
Yeah.
Then you get this Lane thing. You break up Seth Jones and Werenski. Gonna go with that. Our patented
English people can't say hockey player names.
So just live with that, people, please. But yeah, their top defensive pairing gets opened up. And yeah, it just seems like they're creating drama out of nothing. And it just seems a bit of a mess. And that, great team concept, Tortini.
Well, I mean, wait, where are they in the playoffs right now? Or not playoffs, where are they in their division? I think they're 4th, tied for 3rd.
They're hanging on in there. I mean, difference between Detroit and Tampa Bay is only 11 points. So it's even though like games played is obviously quite a lot different. But it's quite a tight division. So I could change day to day.
They're tied with Chicago at the moment, the Blue Jackets.
Yeah. And Carolina, right, for 3rd? No?
Florida, Carolina, Columbus, Chicago, 2nd through 5th are all on the same.
Okay,
even though Florida and Carolina have played a lot less games.
So that's very interesting for that division in general.
How's our prediction shaping up for that division?
I think Tampa Bay's gone ahead at the top, as I think we all predicted on that one.
Yeah.
And then the rest, apart from Detroit as well. So we got the header and footer all sorted, but I think the rest of it's a bit of a toss-up at the moment, especially with how close we were, as we said, how close each of them are. I think it's a bit too early to say if we're doing well or not.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Definitely. Should we move on to our next scandalous story?
Yeah, let's go.
So yeah, the next one, Brian Burke is now president of hockey operations in Pittsburgh, along with Ron Hextall as the GM. Obviously, the retirement of the previous GM, Jim Rutherford, took everyone by surprise. And now there are two new people in town running the show. I think it took a lot of people by surprise as well that Brian Burke in particular took the president of hockey operations role, because obviously you got Lemieux there as a co-owner who's pretty... He isn't active, but he's like basically takes that position with this sort of invisible hand in Pittsburgh. But now they've got a more traditional structure in the NHL in the modern day. So yeah, it's just quite interesting. Apparently, Brian Burke in an interview said he just couldn't say no to Mario Lemieux. I mean, who wouldn't? Let's be honest here. But yeah, just a bit of a shake-up on the traditional structure, and maybe a bit of a different, bringing different philosophy into the team structure.
I like how eloquently put you said, bringing a different philosophy into the team, whereas everything else has been like, it's ugly hockey.
What can I say?
Ugly
Brian Burke
hockey.
has a way of words on TV.
Oh, we're gonna do the big puck moves and the big checks.
We want big boys to move a big boy puck into the big boy checks.
We're gonna
words. Big boys.
Big boys. Yep.
Big boy's gonna score goals. Big boy's gonna bonk on head.
Boy. Actually,
Oh
I
dear.
think this is a really good match. I will say, like, I mean, everyone knows Ron Hextall, right? Like,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
he's a feisty boy, isn't he?
Oh, he's a bit of a hothead when he wants to be.
Yes, he's one of my fave goaltendies. I mean, obviously. And Brian
I'm a goalie girl.
Absolutely on brand.
I'm a goalie girl. Wait, did I just sound like a duck there?
Yes.
Absolutely smoshing it up.
Guys, I don't sound attractive, and there's a reason.
Because you're a goalie girl.
All hot and flustered.
Okay.
Being all flustered after Daddy Hextall.
Oh my god. Thick thighs, no lies. Okay, anyways, I'm gonna get to my point. My point is that it's a match made in heaven. You know, Brian Burke, also known as Berkey, really like that physical kind of game. So I know Brian Burke won't be up and, you know, personal, but they're gonna obviously converse, and I think they're really gonna want to switch up the Pittsburgh Penguins to be a little more feisty. Just a little more feisty. It's what they're missing, according to Brian Burke, you know?
But isn't that going against the current trend of the NHL to go small and speedy, though? So they're sort of trying to bring this 90s-esque team building in.
Say that to Hextall and Burke. That's going to be impossible between those two.
Oh yeah, they're gonna get in some real big boys on the ice now, aren't they? They got their forwards. Mm-hmm. Like we were saying, Penguins need a little bit more defense. So they're gonna bring in the big boys, and they're just gonna be like, yeah, do you know how we're gonna defend? On the ground.
Get Ryan Reeves in.
Yeah. They'd be like, hey, that's a pretty face you had.
Oh God.
What do you mean you want veneers? How about free dental work? Like,
I wouldn't be surprised if we see a trade for a Ryan Reeves-esque player.
Yeah.
In the near future. Yeah.
Now, I don't know if you know about, like, how much you know about Berkey, but, like, Leafs fans don't like him very much.
I've seen him on clips of Tim and Sid on YouTube, and he definitely seems, as we said earlier, abrasive. Another one of those.
I like him.
We got another Brillo pad.
Yeah.
He scrubs the ice.
I think he's funny. He's a funny old grouchy man.
He's funny, yeah.
Old grouchy is a perfect description.
Yeah, grouchy. It's
Grouch hockey.
It's permanently on his face, you know, except for when you talk about Sidney Crosby, then he turns into a little girl.
Well, no wonder he took the job.
Exactly.
Get to play with Crosby.
Wait, like, picture this, okay? So, I mean, everyone knows Berkey was the GM for the Toronto Maple Leafs in 2008. And he made a trade with the Bruins. Okay. He got Phil Kessel for 2 first-round draft picks. And guess who those first-round draft picks were? Do you know?
Enlighten us.
Tyler Seguin and Dougie Hamilton.
Ooh.
Oof.
Yes.
Big oof.
So that's why Leafs fans don't like him. Plus, he really just doesn't like William Nylander, I don't think.
Yeah.
He's not.
Let's have it personal between the two.
Every freaking month. I think it's time there. Why is he French? I made him French. Anyways.
With the 2 new sort of commanders in the Pittsburgh franchise in there, are we anticipating them blowing up the team, as we were saying they're getting a bit old? Or are they going to try and carry on with their Crosby-Malkin core? Because I was reading also, a good point in The Athletic, I'll link the article in the show notes, talking about how, obviously with COVID and everything, with the money coming in, can you afford to blow everything up in the year where people finally come back?
Oh, that is an excellent point. And the answer is no.
Yeah.
No.
So they're probably going to try and retool instead of blow it up in the summer, I would expect.
But that's another thing. If you know Brian Burke, you know that he will cradle his stars. The Sedin twins. You know what I mean? Like, he'll want to keep his centers. He'll want to keep his stars.
You sure about that? Because that whole fun article I found, which is Crosby might be going to the Avalanche.
No. Actually, I wrote that
That's
here.
never going to happen. I read that and I was crying. So
we don't bring fake news into this podcast, Molly.
But can you imagine Crosby and McKinnon on a team together? The boys,
my God, that would be so
the Timmy's
hot.
boys. Exactly.
All right, Chanel had Daddy Hextall. You're allowed that one, I suppose.
Okay.
Our next story, we'll move on to Koivu. Goodbye, Koivu. He's retiring. He is retiring. Well, he's retired now.
I don't think
he's not in the process. The process is over. He gone.
Yeah, 7 games in Columbus, and he's like, "Now I'm out of here." I wonder why. He saw everyone else get
benched.
He saw everyone else getting thrown around. He was like, "Nah, I'm not up for this, mate."
He's been playing 16 years in the NHL now. Pretty
this
good.
Was his 16th, I think. Yeah.
I think this is. Yeah.
Drafted in 2001.
Maybe
he had a good run.
Oh my God! And his whole career was in Minnesota.
And he was captain for the past decade as well.
Oh yeah, he's been captain.
2009, I think he was named captain.
So no, good run there.
Maybe he's homesick for Minnesota.
I was thinking maybe. Plus, I mean, I'd say the biggest part about this is that Koivu is just generally like a really good player. He's just a consistent.
He seemed to be another one of those players we were talking about last week of like just good character guys, like all our favourite players seem to be.
Exactly.
He's played over 1,000 games as well, so
1,028. Racking off the stats today here.
And I think it'd be fun to mention that the year after he was named captain, or the same year, it was his best season, putting up 71 points. It's pretty cool.
A good egg.
It just seems a shame. I'll never judge a player for like choosing a contract somewhere else or something, but to only get 7 games in and that ruins your one team, one person status. It's a bit of a shame, but yeah. But he'll always be known as Minnesota, so that's all right at least.
Kind of sucks. Yeah, I was thinking that. Yeah.
No, just shout out Koivu.
Hopefully they'll retire his number for just being a good player.
I mean, you don't spend 19, 20 years at a team and be the captain as captain for that long without getting something out of it. Give me what I'm worth.
Yeah, exactly.
And now we're going to go on to, I don't know, is this a scandalous article? A scandalous news topic? I don't. It's not as scandalous as Tortellini, I guess, but the trade between Ottawa Senators and Carolina Hurricanes. The trade.
Yes.
Would you like to expand on this, Chanel?
Yeah.
Yeah, Saturday.
Saturday, I'm going to say. The Canes. Saturday? Good. See? Oh, my memory. The Carolina Hurricanes and Sens made a trade. You know, the Sens reacquired Ryan Dzingel. And the Canes receive Alex Galchenyuk and Cedric Paquette. Okay, I personally think the Sens win that trade.
100% they won that trade.
For sure. Dzingel was doing well with the Sens to begin with. And after being traded, he signed in free agency with the Canes. He just didn't look the same. All I got to say is I'm sorry he'll have to live in Construction City again, where
Unless he lives in Stittsville.
14 years to get to the arena. He played for the Sens for 4 seasons, and then he was traded to the Blue Jackets. Remember that whole kerfluffle with the Sens and the Jackets? With Mark Stone?
Forgot about that.
The 3 went there, the big 3, and then they all split up after that. And he signed in free agency with the Canes, and obviously Mark Stone with Vegas.
When was that? That was a few years ago, wasn't it?
Ooh.
That was 2 years ago, yeah.
2 years ago or something?
2 years ago. Well, I mean, you're going to trade Ryan Dzingel, okay? He's got 44 points the last season with the Sens, and you're going to trade him for Anthony Duclair, which Anthony, I personally like him a lot. But, I mean, why would you trade someone who is consistently getting higher up in the point system and is young? It's because the team needs help.
I feel like with the Senators at the moment, it's a revolving door kind of situation. A player goes in, a player goes out. You had that with Duchenne, didn't you? You just went in and now he's gone. Any good player just goes, oh, the Sens, goodbye. They probably didn't like the commute.
Oh, most definitely. I wouldn't like playing for the
Sens. Be like, yeah, cool logo. What else you got?
Such a good logo, though.
Yeah.
I mean, they got Shabbat. He's the only consistent player there.
Yeah, I'm struggling to think of any.
You know, the one good thing about the Sens is they really, really, really hate losing to the Leafs. So they win often, which scares me because tonight we're playing them for 3 games in a row.
I think every Sens game I've seen, Sens have won.
Right?
So I don't know if I'm a lucky charm for the Sens.
I did go to a Toronto and Sens a regular game 2 years ago, and the Leafs did win, so that was nice. I didn't waste my money.
Did you see Anderson, though?
Shut up. No, it's a curse, guys. It's a freaking curse.
Oh, dearie me.
Yeah, I guess that's all we have to do about that, really, eh? It is kind of fun. I'm interested to see what will happen. Will Dzingel pick it right back up where he left off? Or Galchenyuk immediately went on freaking waivers when he went to the Canes?
100%. Oh, to be honest with you, I hadn't heard him before. I've never heard him as a player before. Is he just that? Just non-extraordinary? Also, it was his birthday 4 days ago, so happy birthday. It literally says in his elite hockey profile, the elite prospects, it says he isn't flashy. And I kind of feel like that just sums it up, really, why he's just being bounced around. He's touring America, one team at a time.
Well, that's the thing. He was supposed to be a hot prospect, and he's just never reached his potential. Now he's just...
Yeah.
He's the revolving door.
The teams are just coming and going. Oh, dear. I just don't think he's been given enough time in a team to really...
that's a fair point, too. Yeah.
He was with the Canadians for, what, 4 years?
Yes.
But it's just... he's kind of dropped off since 2018, unfortunately.
Yeah, he's not going to reach his potential, unfortunately. I mean, never say never, but not looking
Did
great.
he miss the bus? We don't know. Should we move on?
Absolutely. What about... Okay, yes. So just recently, the Boston Bruins announced that they will be retiring Willie O'Ree's number. Yay! We love Willie O'Ree. They were supposed to do it this year, but I mean, this guy is such an important figure in the sports community. He's the first Black hockey player in the NHL. He's played, obviously, with the Bruins. So they thought, it's very important to retire his number with an audience where people can appreciate him.
Yeah.
That makes sense to me. I'm so stoked.
I'm surprised they haven't done it earlier.
Yeah, it takes a while for some reason.
I don't know why it's taken so long, seeing as, he's, what, in his 80s now?
Yeah, he's 85. They take a long time.
It's too much. So hasn't he got a film and everything? Yet they hadn't retired his number.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And for a guy who's been in the, or he has been the NHL's diversity ambassador since 1998, and his number has not been retired yet.
A lack of diversity for the diversity officer right there.
100%.
But it's finally happening. So that's fantastic news.
Can we just also say how cool he is? Like, do you know the story about, like, he played blind in one eye?
No, I don't know that story.
Yeah, so, I mean, he was playing for the Kitchener Canucks, and he lost 95% of his vision in his right eye because he was hitting the puck. And, yeah, and because of the NHL rules that state that a player blind in one eye cannot play, obviously, he decided to keep this information a secret, and he played.
Oh.
He's so
bad boy move right there. I love that.
Absolute boss.
He's so cool. Yeah, so we can agree that
well overdue.
Time was a long time ago. It should have happened.
Well overdue, but yes, we're happy.
Yeah. And they've delayed it just in time so that it's on the anniversary of the first black player in the NHL. That's a nice mixing of fans and history right there. Just thought I'd pop that in just there.
Okay.
All right.
So how is everyone's teams going?
I want to hear from Jeremy.
It's going, that's for sure. The long road of a tale of the Sharks in 2021. So
a shark tale.
Oh, no.
A shark's tale.
So it's not been going particularly well. I think the most recent one was we lost 3-1 to Vegas, which I don't think many people are surprised at. Let's be real. But
listen, I thought of you. I
thought
of you.
And if anyone's paying attention to my Twitter, just the inability to watch 3 a.m. puck drops is a forever problem. I think I've touched on it before, but so watching those replays in the mornings are not fun. But I did just want to bring up one thing. There was another article in The Athletic, which I fully endorse for people to subscribe to.
Not sponsored.
Not
sponsored. Please sponsor us.
But please sponsor us. I am a shill. Just bringing up the elephant in the room of Erik Karlsson and Evander Kane's contract, because they are so bad. Obviously, Karlsson on $11.5 million for another 6 seasons after this. When they signed him to the contract, there was hope that he'd be coming back from the injury to his ankle, the surgery on his ankle, I believe it was. Absolutely fine. He'll be back to his winning ways, and since then it has not come to pass. And signing these two players to, I think it was $7.5 million for Evander Kane as well, 7.5 for 4 more years after this year. Just that in comparison to Pavelski, who's on track to win multiple end-of-year awards for Dallas, who's on a much kinder contract with 1 year left, just shows that Doug Wilson has not had some very good years recently in trying to prolong a championship window that in all realistic sense was closed in around 2018, maybe even 2017. There was some like lagging success there. And yeah, just seeing Pavelski, as people say, the ultimate pro and forever a Shark boy, forever loved by the fan base, doing so well in Dallas in that hideous jersey. And then just watching Evander Kane, Erik Karlsson and the rest of the team just chilling on the ice while everyone scores, just absolutely seemingly not caring. It's just a bit of a painful watch week in, week out. And I look forward to the draft, is all I can say. Oh, wait, we trade away all our first round picks anyway, so that doesn't make a difference. Welcome to the Sharks.
But you're right. Like, this is what I said the last time, too, is they're looking,
Mm-hmm.
the word I used was lackadaisical, and it's still going on. It's still happening.
Bob Bauer, it's not Bauer. I can't pronounce that last name. I'm not, like, I try to pronounce names, but that one just escapes me. So yeah, when we fired Peter DeBoer, obviously he brought us to our first Stanley Cup finals. Everyone was like, oh, it's the coaching change we need to change the culture here. But in reality, after looking at it, it was, I would say, player-led problem there. There's just something that makes them just skate so slow, it seems like, and just take it easy. And yeah, it's just I'm putting it lightly, but it just feels wrong when you watch them on the ice. I think firing him was a mistake. Trying to prolong the winning window was a mistake, and it just shows week to week. And you're just going to hear a salty Sharks fan for the rest of the season, probably. And I'm sorry in advance.
You're spending too much time in the sea there.
Would you say then my prediction of 7th makes more sense now?
They look like an 8th place team, so I think you 7th. I think I was 6th. We're being quite generous. But as I was saying on the predictions, you just got so much talent on that team. And to be producing it the way they're producing, it makes no sense. They're already at a minus 14 goal differential. What's going on?
Yeah, but you're right. You do. Like, when I look at the names on this team, I get excited. I'm like, this is a beautiful team. I love the players here, but it's just nothing.
Oh, yeah.
Something's got to give. Something's got to
give. I reckon
it's happening.
I reckon that'll be a blow up in the summer.
Hopefully.
So that's the Sharks, boys and girls. That's the Sharks.
How about you, Molly? What's going on in Avalanche land?
Avalanche are back, baby! They're back, baby! And they got a loss. But McKinnon's back, baby!
It's better than no.
McKinnon's back, but Kale might be out.
No.
Kale baby might be out. I don't know if it's confirmed yet, but he got a bit of an injury. But I don't know if that means he's going to be out for some games or not. Ooh, I don't know. All I know is that we're excited for the outdoors. Outdoors is coming this weekend, even though we're against the bloody Knights. But Golden Knights. They're golden, of course. But it should be good. I think the time off the ice because of the COVID protocol, I don't know if it's going to be a good thing or a bad thing, but it has given like time for people to heal from injuries, and practices are looking good.
Yeah.
But coming back after, postponing games against teams that aren't the Knights, and then coming back and it's just, skating into a brick wall. It's going to be fun to watch. That's all I'm going to say. They've got time until their next game on Saturday, so I have faith. I'm not reading too much about it right now because I'm just going to get myself hyped up and then I'm going to cry about it because that's what I do best.
Oh, yeah. Typical.
But they're doing a damn sight better than the Sharks, so I'm not going to be a salty fan.
No, you don't need to do that.
And you're not that far away from the Blues. They've played way more games, obviously.
They have played 3 more games.
Yeah.
3 more games.
3 more games. And you're at 15
yes.
points?
Vegas hit 21 with only 1 game more played, though, so got some catching up to do.
Yeah, for the first slot.
But that's where we all predicted Avalanche to be, right?
Who doesn't like the Knight? I'm just saying, Jeremy, for someone who doesn't like the Knights, you are awfully good at defending them right now.
Wait, Jeremy, you got something. The Knights and their ugly golden helmets.
Oh my god, what was that?
What is that about?
Why are there golden nuggets on the ice rink?
God, that was terrible.
I can't.
I mean, people were comparing it to the silver chrome helmets the Kings were wearing in the Stadium or Winter Classic. And I'm like, I'd much rather have the chrome helmets than these pieces of crap. What's going on? And it also with their red reverse retro whatever they're doing jersey.
Oh gosh,
they are having a disastrous fashion season. That secondary logo should stay secondary. Should stay on the shoulders. That does not belong on the front of the jersey.
Words have been spoken.
But in terms of Colorado, I think
Colorado.
Them. I think they'll catch up.
I hope so, yeah. Because Colorado before, in previous seasons, they have done really well at the beginning of the season. Like, really well. Like, stomping over everybody. And then they hit a point in the season where they take one bad loss or they get one bad injury and the team is just scrambled and they can't pick it up again. So I hope it's not one of those scenarios, which is why I'm not reading too much into it, because I don't want it to be one of those scenarios. Hopefully they will, Ariana Grande and, picking it up, loving it, living it, picking it up.
Picking it up,
pucking it up because it's hockey.
No, I was just saying also Vegas to keep up a 0.8 winning percentage throughout the season will be tough.
Yeah, very tough and unlikely. Now, my question for you, Molly, is why do you think the Avs keep getting hurt? Like, is it an internal problem, or is it the division in which they're in? Even the other seasons, like, is it just a bruiser of a division? Like, what's going on there?
I'm not saying that it's probably something to do with the Blues. But I'm also not saying it's something to do with the Blues. They're just a bit of a bruiser team, I feel, when it comes to the Avs. But also, I think it's just luck as well. It's all down to just luck, really, I feel, with injuries. It's not like they have one team where they're like, oh, it's Ryan Reeves. But also, like, Jeremy dying, okay.
I was just putting up the fingers for you audio listeners to the camera.
But like, there's no like stand-up-ish goons that I'm like, oh, they're going to be playing XYZ, therefore they've got to look out. You know, it's not like they target. I mean, they did a few seasons back. They did, but now it's a luck-based thing. It's not like the players are old and they're more prone to injury. I think it's just the 2020 effect. But I'm not blaming that Kale got injured because he was offended by how much gold was on Marc-Andre Fleury. But I think the reflection may have blinded him, and he might have pulled something because he was blinded by the amount of metallic on that goalie. I didn't realize you can put a disco ball in goal. Like,
it's their new way of distracting people. Like the Jets have their whiteout jerseys. That's where the Vegas Knights.
Oh my gosh, I do not want to know what they're wearing on the outdoor, because if it's going to be another disco ball moment against the Avs are going to have no chance. They're against, golden disco balls. Like, can they wear sunglasses? Is it permitted?
Yeah, is that permitted?
They're just going to have like black stripe just to stop the reflection.
So stick that in your straw and suck on it.
Yeah, Knights. We're gonna come after you.
Chanel, how's Toronto?
Toronto, I don't have much to complain about.
All right, cool. So
and it's
next
very
up.
Weird. Don't be jealous. Don't be jealous.
You're not being jealous.
Yeah, the Leafs are great. They're first in the league, first in their division. We shouldn't talk too much about them because we're just that good. I don't know.
Don't want to curse it. Don't want to jinx it.
I don't want to jinx it because it's just been so lovely. Usually we are problematic in areas like defense. Obviously, goaltending sometimes becomes an issue because of the defense, and it's a back and forth of, do they have heart? Like, do they want to win? This team should be winning based off of their stats and all of this. Well, they're living up to that this season, luckily. And we just played against Montreal two times. And that was obviously big news because, who's the better Canadian team in the North Division? And everyone put their money on the Habs. I don't see that. And I'm not saying that out of biasness. I really do think they're the better team. Like the first game we played on Wednesday, we won 4-2, and it really wasn't a challenge. It was really good. And Freddie was amazing. And then this Saturday we played against them again. We did lose, but we again. I don't know. Just the eye test alone, I'm not worried for our next meetings.
That's my dog. I'm sorry. I'm asking him to come up on the bed because he's just looking at me, wagging his tail, and I'm like, "Come up, come on the bed."
I thought that was a
bird.
Come on. Okay, come here. Come on. See, it's just a dog. I'm so sorry. He wants cuddles, so I've got to give him cuddles.
No worries. Dogs first, right?
And his name is Boss, isn't it? You're so cute, aren't you? You complete dickhead. Yes, you are. He's not a Bruins fan, don't worry.
Oh, good. Besides that, Mitch Marner, I mean, come on. That guy's ridiculous. He's at 22 points right now. Austin Matthews at 17. It's making us some of the best in the league, which is lovely. Those two together. Listen, I'm I'm assuming you guys obviously don't keep up with the Leafs, but Mitch and Austin weren't on the same line for the longest time because, they were missing something called
chemistry?
Friendship.
They had chemistry. It was more so the leadership.
Yeah.
They're both young. They're both excited.
Just so everyone knows, that was said with a smile and a laugh.
Oh, no,
You just
I
frozen.
I assume that. Mitch and Mitch Marner.
Marnie.
Mitch Marnie now. And Austin Mustachios. Austin Mustachios. Wait, that's actually hot news that you need to know. Mitch Marner is an idiot and gave himself a mullet.
I need to see this. I need to make a grade.
Mullet Marnie and Mustache Matthews.
In podcast Googling happening right here.
Yes.
I need to see it.
Listen, I said, yes, please watch it. Or watch it. Please look at it.
Is it not it?
Yourself. To me, it's not it. But I mean, if you're going to keep playing like that with that mullet, then please, everyone, shave your heads.
And Marner mullet and see what comes up.
Have you guys watched the highlights of the game with the Leafs? Because those are some of the most unreal moves I've ever seen.
I actually do enjoy watching Leafs games. Even though I'm not a Leafs fan. Like, I'm a fan of the Leafs as a team, but I'm not die hard. They're not my babies.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're looking slick. They've got some good moves.
Oh, that's a.
So,
yeah, I
Did you find it?
Yeah. That is a choice.
Yikes.
I mean,
it's a choice. Listen, and this comes right after he was trending for having beautiful hair. Like, people were like, my God, that kid has beautiful hair. Then he does this.
Wait.
What the heck, Bob?
Yeah, the tail of the mullet is just so uncontrolled. Oh, I don't know how I feel about this.
I think he's probably thinking about aerodynamics.
We all know that the hockey mullet.
Well, if he was thinking about that, he'd get a better cut.
Is this a home jobby?
Yeah.
Or did Matthews do it?
Oh yeah, guaranteed someone on the team did it. Like, come on. What is this? Either way, it's not affecting his play. If it is, it's for the better, honestly. So let's just say this team is really good that I can't possibly see us not making the playoffs by a lot. Yeah. Like, we're about to face Ottawa 3 times, although they do like playing hard against us. Like I said, I do think we can pull out at least 2 of the 3 wins. So we'll see from there. But after watching the Habs games, I'm not worried about them.
You're gonna sweep the ice with the Sens there. You're just gonna shove them right in the bin. Get in the bin, love, because you're trash.
And Hyman's probably gonna have a lot of open netters. Remember that, Molly?
Wait, who was it?
Freaked her out.
It was
the Abs. Okay, so just a quick story for everyone. Molly came over to my place it was
when I was still in Canada. It was 2 years ago.
I'm gonna say 2 years ago. And we watched the Abs and Leafs game. It was really fun for me because
I wasn't bitter. I wasn't bitter about it.
No, she was a good fan. That's a good fan right there, guys. If you need to follow anyone, Molly's a good fan. And Jeremy, I'm not saying Jeremy. He's a little more bitter, but it's okay.
Yeah.
We played, and obviously Abs want to try to come back, so they pulled their goalie. And I looked right in Molly's eyes, and I said, "Listen, Zach Hyman is going to get that open netter."
Of course he did,
and it happened, of course. And
it's honestly, I don't understand the logic behind the Avalanche being like, "Oh, it's the last period. Let's just take the goalie out." I'm like, "Well, your defense isn't good enough to do this, sir."
You gotta try to do it, I guess.
Doing it, and it didn't work each time. Where did it work?
Yeah, so that's the other thing. I think they pulled their goalie twice, like they wanted to come back. Yeah,
stop pulling the net out. No, but they stopped doing it now, so I'm happy. I'm happier. Oh,
so they've learned.
Thinking about it is anxiety. No,
that would give me anxiety too. Not now, not this season. Okay, that's weird, but. Quick note for people who are listening that are Habs fans. Some of you guys should really reach out to Carey Price and tell him to never leave his net because he looks straight up lousy behind his net. That's why I'm not worried. I love him, by the way. I love him.
Girl.
Listen to the last podcast.
Someone needs to say that to Tuukka Rask as well.
Oh, yeah.
Escapade.
That was last week.
Oh my God, how did we forget about that?
Gone.
That is so funny. One of my most favorite NHL flub-ups of all time already. Like, that's
He is one of my
so
favorite
funny.
goalies of the NHL. Just, he's so funny.
He's good.
Who does that?
Dude was like, we're down 2-1. Bro, no, we're tied. Are you looking at the scoreboard? No, he was looking at the time, apparently.
You're listening to a hockey podcast where we talk about ice hockey and stuff. Stay tuned.
All right, Jerry has something fun for us, I think.
So I thought I'd try out a new little way to end the podcast. So I thought we test it all out. Well, not mine. I'm the quiz master after all. I thought I'd test your guys' knowledge.
Oh gosh,
on hockey. I'm already seeing a worrying face on Molly.
Me too.
I'm sweating already.
All right, so I've been thinking of a new way to end the podcast, and I thought a fun little way would be to do a little quiz for Molly and Chanel. Because obviously I'm the quiz master. I already know the answers. That wouldn't be fun. So today's quiz is called Name It. So I have 5 topics with a set amount of answers. Each of you have turns to place a bet on how many answers you think you can answer correctly. So, for example, Molly might say 15 to my question. Chanel might say 17. Molly then can come back to say 18. Or, if she doesn't think Chanel can say 17 answers to my question, for example, then she can say, name it. And then Chanel will have to give 17 answers to the question. And if Chanel can get 17, she gets the point. But if she can't, then Molly gets the point. Were you all clear on this?
Stressful, but I understand it.
Stressful, but you understand. Okay.
Yeah.
So, to start with, I've got a Toronto Maple Leafs focused question.
Eek.
But it'll explain itself out later.
Okay.
So don't worry about
no
it.
Googling.
Right.
No Googling.
No Googling.
No Googling.
Obviously...
No,
I would say that would be obvious. So,
no
gosh. Googling. Play along at home if you want. I don't care.
Tell us if you're better than us because we need to know.
Yeah. And be honest. Be honest.
Oh
We trust you.
gosh, I'm like gonna cry.
So, the first question is: how many players can you name from the Toronto Maple Leafs that have been in the Hockey Hall of Fame?
In the Hockey Hall of Fame? Molly, how many can you name?
In the Hockey Hall of Fame?
Yep. Oh, this is a hot start.
Waiting for her answer, to be honest.
1.
Okay, we're starting low. Chanel. I would say you try and go for as much as you can, because obviously saying 2 would be a bit boring.
Scared now. I'm literally panicking, but let's say... No, I want to say 2, because I'm scared.
No.
You know what I'm going to say?
Molly?
Name it.
I'm scared.
Name it.
What?
This is not the hot start to this segment I was hoping for, but okay. Chanel, name 2 ex-Toronto Maple Leafs players that are in the Hockey Hall of Fame.
I'm literally...
I'm sweaty.
See, I did this thinking it would be gimme to Chanel, and now she's worrying me.
Does it count? Does it count?
Does it count?
Oh, no. Wait, can have... No. She
No.
Go first.
You have to name 2.
Name
She's
2.
challenged you.
Because I don't know any.
Oh, okay, well, Gilmore?
Oh, shh.
Doug, Doug Gilmore?
Yep, that's 1.
And I'm gonna say Ed Belfour.
I mean, that is correct, but we're talking
I'm
about
assuming.
2 players here, so I'm not going to give you too much credit on this. Okay, so that's 1 point to Chanel.
Name more, but
Okay, for the next one, to keep it entertaining, let's try and name a few more, all right? So, this is a Avalanche-based question. to give Molly a bit of a leg up here.
Oh.
Yeah. So, how many, from 2000 to 2020, how many number one first round, may I say, draft picks can you name?
From what year?
2000 to 2020, so for the past 20 years.
Oh my god. First round.
The
draft picks?
Avalanche.
Yeah. There's absolute petrified
Yes, pick
faces
the
all
number.
around. I don't think they were prepared for this type of...
I don't really pay
Questioning.
attention to the draft.
You're the
what
one
picks
suggesting
they
that we
are?
do a draft focus episode.
Well, yeah, because then I'll actually get into the draft. Normally, I kind of like, oh, this happened. I don't pay attention to what rounds they are. I'm like, oh, they picked up these dudes. First round picks? Jeez. Okay, I can do 3. Okay, we'll go 3.
All right, 3. Chanel?
3. I think I only know 3, so let's just say. Well, I have to do better than her, so I have to say 4.
Okay, Molly?
Is it 2000
No,
to 2020, did you say?
2000 to 2020. So 2000, 2001, 2002, blah, 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 blah.
I know
But
3.
But you've just
I
said
only
4.
know 3. Okay. Do I go first?
I'm
Remember-
thinking. I'm just trying to think. Who would be a first round pick for Abs?
Well, it depends if Molly says
I don't know if I'm
name
going to
it or
take the
not.
risk. Oh my gosh. But then if I...
Yeah,
oh
you're
my
making us
gosh,
look so
I look
bad
like
in
such
front
a
of our
bad
fan base.
fan. But honestly, I don't know first round picks. I'm thinking like, who's a really good player that could have been a first round
I'm
pick
out here
then?
exposing people today.
You
it seems like.
are. I'm so sweaty now. I don't
got
like
4.
this, Jeremy. You didn't prepare me.
Okay, so just for everyone's knowledge, I gave Molly heads up on this quiz beforehand. Not on the topics, but on what, like, maybe search up players, maybe search up team history.
Cheater. That it's okay because I got 4 players in my head.
Molly, can you name more? I'm going to put a time limit on this now. 10
5.
seconds.
5.
Okay. Chanel, can you name more, or do you want Molly to name it?
Molly.
Name it.
Okay. I hope
I'm
I'm
so
right.
proud of my 4.
I'm
Damn
so hope I'm right, okay? McKinnon.
Okay.
Yes. So you got 1.
Burakovsky? Burakovsky?
Burakovsky.
Yeah.
I don't have that down here. So that's Chanel's point.
Do I get to win?
Oh,
I'm
he was
going
drafted
to
by
double check.
Capitals.
Yeah.
Oh, Nuggets.
All right. So that's 2 points to Chanel. Molly's a fake fan, obviously. Okay. So 3 more topics. Molly has to win all of them.
Jeez.
Has to get all of them to win this. So 3 through 5 are now NHL wide. So I gave the team specific ones first. Now they're NHL wide questions. Okay, so name as many Winter Classic participants as possible. So the teams. Yeah, so the teams that have played in a Winter Classic. And
I
obviously
literally
if they
know
haven't,
this.
if they've played more than one game, that's just the same team. So we're not doing, you can't say
You can't just go
18
like Boston,
free
Boston,
times.
Boston, 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 Boston,
exactly,
Boston.
yeah. Might be common sense, but I just thought I'd throw
No,
that out there.
Okay.
listen, I'm so sorry,
Oh,
but I
no.
know
All
this
right.
like the back of my hand.
Chanel, how many can you name? You just said you were confident. How many can you name?
I'm counting them
Yeah.
right now. Okay, wait, I need to restart now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay,
I'm gonna say
Molly,
8.
because there's more than 8.
That's me thinking 6 would be difficult enough.
I mean, you can say name it straight away.
9.
9? Chanel?
I'm gonna say 10.
Molly?
How many teams are in the NHL? What, 30?
So there have been 13 participants in the Winter Classic.
No, then 13.
Name it. Name it.
So
Name
All right,
it.
Chanel, 10. Go.
Pittsburgh.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna do this fast. Okay,
Yep.
I'm gonna put it on my fingers. Pittsburgh.
Yep.
Nashville. Rangers.
Yep.
Yeah. Blues.
Yep. Yep.
Sabres.
Yep.
Flyers.
Yep.
Detroit. Toronto.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Toronto? I mean, Caps.
Yep. One more.
Did I say Dallas? Dallas?
You are correct. All right. So that's 3-0 to Chanel right now.
I literally knew that one. I'm so sorry, but I know that.
No.
I could have done more. I could have done more.
Yeah. So you could have obviously have Blackhawks as well. That would have taken you to 11. Canadians, 12. So I'll just run them all off. Blackhawks, Bruins, Rangers, Capitals, Wings, Penguins, Sabres, Flyers, Canadians, Blues, Leafs, Stars, and Preds.
Like that whole thing, that all made me sweat, man. I'm sweating.
I am. Oh.
Well, we'll carry on. We'll see how little Molly knows throughout the rest of this series.
Oh my gosh, you're making me feel so dumb.
I prepared you for this.
You did it.
So,
I mean, I panicked on the All-Stars for the Leafs, and I'm sure I know more. But
to be
I
fair,
was sweating.
those two are a tricky one to start with. I'll give you that.
Picks, get back in your box, sir.
So, question 4. Present day NHL captains. So can you name captains across the NHL?
Captains across the NHL.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And this might be giving it away, but I'm not going to give you the number because that will give you hints.
Present day.
The number of captains? Because there's some that don't have captains. I've got this. I literally just got this.
Molly, how many can you name? Throw out a number. You can carry on thinking while Chanel says how many.
I'm counting. It's difficult.
Yeah.
I failed maths A level. Give me a break.
Look of concentration is intense. She's really trying, you know.
6.
6.
I'll start it off with 10.
10. Molly.
That was me thinking you could do 6.
6. 10 straight away. How many can you do?
Oh no, Chanel. Name it. I'm sorry.
Chanel, name 10.
So
name 10.
Okay, we've got obviously John Tavares.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Which is new, you know. Horvat. Wait, no. I'm skipping that. Mark Stone.
Mark Stone, correct.
No longer Chara, so Bergeron.
Correct.
Ovechkin.
Mm-hmm. So you got 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
4. Okay. Obviously Connor McDavid.
Obviously.
Good. And who's the captain for the Canadians? Shea Weber.
So that's 6 you got.
The disaster with Tavares had to do with Anders Lee.
Correct.
I just did some research on Anze Kopitar, actually. So Kopitar.
Correct.
How many
so
left to
1,
name now?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You got 2 more. Yeah.
Sidney Crosby. Claude Giroux.
Claude Giroux.
Giroux.
Correct. You got 10. Oh my god, she's running away with it. Molly, you should be ashamed.
You didn't say Landskog.
No.
So,
Oh, you're
Dallas.
right. Oh my god.
So, what I was referring to at the beginning was that the New Jersey Devils, the New York Rangers, and the Senators all have vacant captaincies. So there weren't 31 captains.
Oh yeah.
So that's.
Because who is?
So I was hoping someone could say all
the
of them,
Sens captain
because then
before?
that'll be awkward.
Oh, I mean, very awkward.
Oh, that would
I
have
think
been.
I could name some that
I can name 32. There are not 32 captains.
I could definitely name
All right.
the different teams to Chanel. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Which is why I was sweating so much. From like Chanel knows more teams than me. So.
All right. So.
Just made me look like a
last
nerd.
question.
Oh, no.
50 goal scorers in the NHL all time. How many can you name? So players who have scored 50 goals in one season.
50 goals in one season.
In one season?
And obviously, same as the earlier, if someone's had like Ovechkin having multiple 50 goal seasons, Ovechkin is one number. Yeah.
Right, you can only see his name.
Yeah.
Okay.
So 50 goals in a season.
Yeah. How many can you name?
1, 2, 3.
All time.
I can all time. I can already hear Chanel rattling off numbers.
Chanel goes first this time. I don't want to look stupid.
Oh, that wasn't the idea of this.
9. I could
9?
9.
All right.
I'm just gonna say 9. Yeah.
Molly, can you name more?
2 in which I'm gonna guess.
All time.
All time.
10.
Really.
10. Oh.
10.
Oh, I love the audacity. Chanel, how many can you name?
I'm going to do this on the fly. I'm literally just going to do it on the fly.
Oh, if Chanel can name more.
Say 9 or 8.
Molly said 10.
I
So
think
how
I said
many can you
10.
name more?
Oh God. You know what? Let's give her a shot. That
Yeah, I like
I
it.
hate
All
this
right,
so
Molly,
much.
name 10 50 goal scorers in one season.
Ovechkin.
Of course.
McDaddy. McDavid. I
Nope.
think he's done that. He's
No.
not.
He's not. That was so quick.
No.
Oh, no.
All right, because of how it's gone, I'm going to give you one lifeline here.
Okay.
You got
Joe
one. You got
Sakic?
one.
Joe Thornton.
Yep.
Wayne Gretzky.
Joe Thornton did not get it.
Oh.
My bad.
Hey, you're
However,
learning.
I'm not
Exactly.
You are
learning.
learning
I'm
though,
not
right?
learning.
All right. So
I'm
that
just
is
sweating. I'm going to have a bath after this.
Me
50
too.
goals
So
in a
that's-
season. Doesn't like loads of people get 50 goals in a season though.
No.
No.
I mean, you've got
It's
you've got
rarity.
names to pick from, but it's not common. No.
Not recent, anyways. Not recent
Like
names.
Ovechkin?
Yeah, you picked Ovechkin.
Yeah,
already,
pretty much every year.
You could have picked Crosby as well.
See, why didn't I think of Crosby?
And actually, I know this sounds funny, but not McDavid, but Draisaitl reached 50.
Well, I hope that was enjoyable for everyone at home. I know I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I wish there was a video element so you could have seen the faces involved. But if you got any suggestions for even topics or even formats for a quiz, DM me on Twitter or leave a comment below. I will look at all of them. I want to make this more of a thing in the future. So if you liked it, or if you didn't, let us know, because we make it for you. So thank you for all listening. I think that's it for us this week, though. We've already gone way over time. Chanel, where can we find you?
Chanel LV.
That is on Twitter, obviously. Molly, where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter. It's just _Molly.
Lovely. And you can find me at JWalkerMedia on Twitter and Jeremy_Walker on Twitch TV. Do give me a follow there. I'm thinking of doing a career on NHL 05 on a GameCube emulator, so join me for that. Anyway, that's enough for the shilling of our personal stuff. We look forward to being back next week, where I'm sure Molly will have mentally recovered. If not, I fear for her. All right. Thank you all for tuning in, and we'll speak to you next week. Goodbye.
A hockey podcast where we talk about ice hockey and stuff. Yeah.